Unis honest, Unis honest, Unis honest. Olga, 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 Olga. Gooben Gavin, one of us. We accept her, one of us. We accept her, loving cup, one of us, one of us. Actually, yeah, I wouldn't mind being adopted by us, by the family of circus freaks. Actually, that's one of my two bucket lists. Is so sign up at least for one summer as a to do a circuit, to do a summer circuit over at the Calgary what was it? Who was it? The Midway's American Games, or MAME, with Midway Games or something like that. Entertainment, MAME. They're that traveling circus company, or a traveling midway company that took over a bunch of other little circuits of the fairgrounds. Every time, okay, the main fair group, this is how it works. The main fair group, say the Calgary Stampede Foundation, hires the rides to come in. They also organize the trade shows to come in for all the exhibition trades and all the exhibition rides that belong to the Stampede itself, and also the Cowboy Olympics, which me and my classmate Monica work at. So that's where my cowboy persona comes in. Also, I collect bottles. My vampire. But every summer, every summer the midway comes in itself. I think they phased out the so-called freak show components. It's just a bunch of rides. But I remember a few years ago they used to have the Goob and Gabbin people, the freaks. That's where the freaks come. This is where the freaks come in, and this is a chant that Unis honest chant that Mark Pillier has however the heck you pronounce his name, Mark Pillier, I'm assuming, has come up with the idea of There's nothing ominous about this. Maybe there's a boy who said YouTube will end in about a year. So we're just all we're all just basically speculating what was going to happen in about a year. Most likely, it's just going to be him ending the channel and getting more views to the channel. It's kind of like an exclusive kind of thing where you just sign up for this channel and you view it for about a year, from now until next year. This is November 16th, 2020. By that time, I have deeply finished finished most of my components of my educational phase. I'm a re myself. I have a I have a schizophrenia and I guess now dementia, because my memory is not serving me correctly, and my diet is also serving me correctly too. So I gotta take it easy on that. This morning I filmed myself making a whole bunch of crazy ass bacon. This is just for myself, some personal laughs, just for myself, just personal amusement, basically. I'll watch it years from now going, hee, I'm so fat back then. But this is just for fun, But anyhow, I've been noticing lots of videos also on YouTube. Just this afternoon, I was watching some YouTube videos about ayahuasca. This Supreme Banana Girl and Ariana Joy and some other girls out there. This one I can't remember her name. She's from Ireland, and she filmed her particular ayahuasca video, her ayahuasca vlog, in front of some Irish medals. So that's pretty good. Also, lots of I haven't mastered how to insert music into videos yet, so you have to bear with me. I'm just a neo babe in I'm just one of those newbies in YouTube, and but I'll figure it out. Again, in my Calgary Flames shirt. When I first started this whole vacation phase, the vacation phase now is coming to an end. So so I kind of understand what he means by this is our last chance to talk with you, kind of thing, with our Unis Honest channel. They're talking about mortality. They're talking about time, how to spend your time, and I do enjoy spending my time with you people. So but like I said, every so often it's going to be a. I mean, I can only do this. I can only have two more guaranteed years of doing this shower Buddah plus persona, because mainly because I'm going to be married to my wife, and she's the matron of the family, so therefore she kind of take care. She kind of insist that I take care of my health and eat healthily. She's also asking me to go to bed early, which I really can't because I'm studying all night. It takes me longer to study. Doing 3 classes. Doing 3 classes is really too much for me right now. In fact, I'm still doing. This is reading week. Reading week. I'm not sure if you guys have it in the States or not. It's sort of like a mini break, where you're supposed to take it easy, go at a slower pace. So a lot of self-care. It's all about self-care. And in my case, my self-care means mowing down on junk food to get the pleasure bumps up. And today is Friday, the last day of this year's reading week. So again, Uben Alice. I have to Uben Alice or Alice another week. Now, this thing's getting all greasy, so I can't really. It's leaving streaks behind, so I can't really. It's kind of. These are cheap glasses too. Like I bought the most cheapest glasses, so we'll see. We'll see what this Mark Peeler is trying to do for us. Uben Allison. See, the thing is, when you have flakes like this, it creates a halo effect. You know, when you're driving, this is really nasty if you're trying to drive because you get some kind of light reflective back at you, especially when you're. So it's really annoying. So I guess this cloth is ready to be cycled through. When I get new glasses of my own, I'm going to buy another one of these. My mom already has eye drops, so I'm buying eye drops from them as well. But get another jar of these things here. I'll put to the side. Uben Gallus. So I watched today's first Uben Alice episode. So we'll just wait to what kind of omnious skits they have done. Mark P. What kind of obvious omnibus skits they'll have set up for us. I think it's only that there's this main channel. It's his main channel. It's their main channel, and then except for this particular one, they want to bring people to their channel. They want to bring people to watch once in a lifetime thing kind of thing. It's also going to be removed. I think at the end of the year it's going to be removed, or perhaps it's going to be taken off forever. And they do this on YouTube too. If you haven't been catching up on your YouTubes or any other streaming services, they'll eventually take off shows that aren't popular and try to put on shows that are popular. So, and also, if you haven't seen it for a while and it's on your list, I think you should always periodically go watch whatever's on your list, because eventually they may take it off. They took off X-Files, they took off Freaks and Geeks when I was watching midway through, because I decided to study instead. So that's a bit of a Uben Gallus for me there. My hair is going back finally. I'm watching for the camera. See, even my hair. A few years ago, my hair had more abundant balding. I was balding, but I had more abundant hair. So therefore, my hair has reached its death era. So yeah. So when you watch Charmed or something, not Charmed, but if you watch I used to watch Coronation Street on CBC. I used to binge on that for a summer or two until I got sick of it. I think I stopped watching it since Pat Phelan. I saw the episode where Pat Phelan died. He got stabbed by Anna or something, or one of the ladies. I think it's Anna. He got stabbed by Anna. So if you haven't been binge watching for a while, though, CBC will hold a few episodes at the bottom of the screen. At the bottom of the screen are the most stalest, most soon to be removed episodes. So if you haven't seen them, then they're gone forever unless you archive them somewhere, or subscribe to Coronation Street Archive or something, or pay for this. It will eventually be removed. So then they'll put on more fresher stuff, and then the old fresher ones get removed forever. So I'm assuming this is going to be the same kind of deal that if we haven't been watching these Una Alice videos that Mark Pierre put on, then it'll kind of evaporate, and we want to try and be. They want us to try and be the gifted ones, the privileged ones who subscribe to that channel and watch it. So I haven't seen it much, but I am trying to view other YouTubers' works. Not only just my own work, but just some other people's work as well. I've seen some of Ariana Joy's videos. I basically love ayahuasca videos. I try to keep up on people's ayahuasca journeys. But then the thing is, they perhaps only show a few episodes, because you don't really. Ayahuasca is supposed to be an eye opener, right? But it's supposed to be like such an eye opener that you don't need it anymore, or you occasionally need it, occasional showers to need it. But eventually, she'll want you to stop using her, in regards to going about and integrating whatever she's trying to teach you. And then when you go and do that, then your life is fixed, and then you use her less, and then you start posting about ayahuasca less. So, Ariana Joy. It's really sad to see Ariana Joy and all these other gurus on YouTube, the spiritualist gurus, all these spiritually minded people, be with us for a few years, then disappear, which is perfectly normal. They're entitled to do that. They just move on in life, and that's good, because that means that they're enjoying life and having growth. But I hope that I don't know. It's really cool how people allow us into their life, and it's really cool how they do that. Allow us into their life, and then we can integrate a shared experience with them. So, anyways, I'm going to assume that the Buddah Belly channel is going to eventually be ending pretty soon. We don't know when, but it won't be like soon. It'll be like a few years from now. Maybe my kids have grown up, and yeah. Or maybe I might go sailing across the ocean. I see lots of videos out there where people are sailing and they're enjoying life. I don't watch them anymore because it kind of makes me wish that I was there. Makes me wish that I was there, and on that ship, enjoying the grand adventure. But eventually I'll get there. Maybe I'll start making videos of me making frozen gummies, and I already showed you a video of me making some bacon and stuff. So maybe next year, when we're closer to our goals of getting the hell out of BBC, I'll definitely be showing the last of my sage rolling videos, and saging out my stuff, and especially my metal. And I don't know why I had the metal. I had a metal in my hand that. Oh, I think it was supposed to be show and tell. I was supposed to bring in something that really represented me, and I was supposed to do a show and tell on that. Then the teacher didn't show up, so show and tell, the teacher didn't even show. So I guess you can't tell. They can't show and tell, right? Lots of videos of people of how to. I love your how to videos. I love how people posting people. I really would like to try that. Buy a car that has rusted doors and stuff, and do a bunch of Bondo work to it, and see if that works out. And in the summertime, do some Bondo work to it, and maybe take some time off from work or something. Or maybe just find work that's right by JC train station and do some Bondo work there and turn it into a healthy car, and um, well, I see lots of people retiring and stuff too. Lots of people have been, I mean, I'm one of those really old school versions of YouTubers where I really post videos that don't really have music. This is like Boring Dispatcher. This is my theme song. This is my show. These are my school notes about making a video about Juno. Okay, so speaking of Juno video, I should go about making that. This is Go Again Goes to School, I guess, number 2. I haven't really got to a point building up my candle altar in the back yet. Again, it's very minimalistic here. This is very minimalistic. It used to be my brother's room. There used to be a bed there. It used to be where his bed was, and no, that used to be where the computer was. This is where it used to be where the bed used to be. And even the bed's removed and stuff. And our grandparents died. My grandpa died 2010 or something like that, 2011, and or maybe no, 2000 something, and we we sold most of our stuff in the house. We did a major garage sale to clean the house out. Our next door neighbor actually bought my dad's side grandpa's old whiskey flask, and he said I haven't had one of these since high school, so now he has one of those. Which is strange because you could just go into a liquor store and pick it up. Speaking of liquor, I plan to smoke some pot. I plan to get drunk and smoke some pot and see what kind of free thinking thoughts will come out of that. So in a weekend doing that before I'll store the rest of the beer for my friend Alex. So we can go and drink some Maclar and maybe go to a sports bar and drink some Maclar or something like that. Other than that, this is Unis Alice or Alice or Anus or Unis Anos, or I don't know what they were saying. Some kind of weird Latin rite chant of 1 year, 1 year, or 1 year, 1 year or something. I don't know. So biting off a hangnail there. I'll try to see what kind of a thing they'll have online. Oh, and drop off some eye drops to my eyes. I guess you'll watch me drop off eye drops in my eyes. Okay, so we can do a video of that. Eye drops. Ooh, this is gonna sting though. So my friend, I've unblocked my friend classmate Martin. He'll have to try and find me. I'm not gonna try and find him. Or better yet, I'll ask him if it's the last week to see if he's oh shit. Oh, if my eyes are really tired or really dry, then they get really stingy, and as soon as I open my eyes, it's gonna start stinging like a cat piss, cat ammonia peed in my eye. Oh shit! I'm gonna when I leave the no, I'm not leaving this neighborhood. I'm gonna stay in this neighborhood. I go to church. That's my church over there. That's that would have been my church too. That's the Saint Albert the Great's church, and I think that when I was much more younger, I was much more attuned to Catholicism because I had a great time at World Youth Day, 2002. That's where I fell in love with I fell in love with the lifestyle of being Catholic, and although some things happened along the way, and I decided to join a Catholic dating site, and I found this Vietnamese woman, Vietnamese mother, a woman, and she watches my videos, and so therefore I'm going Catholic. Uh, but I'm also very much very open to other people's ideas too. This is Canada. You have the right to you have the democratic right to believe whatever you believe in. And I, as a future Canadian Forces soldier, sailor would actually would actually welcome that. Like, I mean, that's the whole point of me joining the forces, is that I wanted to get the march in the Calgary Stampede parade. I had some more. That burp tastes like orange juice. I feel like Dennis from Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park. You didn't say the magic word. You didn't say the magic word. Or jambalaya. Jambalaya. Or he smells the Soup Nazi episode where he smells the jambalaya. Soup bag. I never had jambalaya. No, I have. Jambalaya is some kind of sloppy joes with sausages in it. If I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken, a southern stew with sausages in it, and lots of spices and fruits and no veggies in it. It's kind of like sloppy joes, but much more better. Chili versions of sloppy joes. Well, I plan to get a house of my own eventually, so I can start gardening. And in the garden, I'll start producing fruits and vegetables to feed my own family, for one thing. And then the leftovers, which will be in abundance, will be given to the needy at the mustard seed to help them preserve their food resources and help them preserve their food budget. And hopefully, if they spend less on food, then they'll have more money to spend on clothing or blankets or building maintenance or even vocational projects to help get people off the streets, vocational programs, and help them with whichever kind of challenges they come up. All sorts of people have all sorts of different diverse lives, and they also have all sorts of diverse problems. Say, for example, a drug addict might not be a drug addict with a mental illness may not be needing the same resources as a drug addict with no mental resources. Say, for example, someone else has schizophrenia and wants to get off the sketchy drugs, and they're still schizophrenic. Then they need some housing. They need some. They need to work with CHMA, or need to get back on AISH, so they can afford some basic housing at $500 a month for a basement apartment while they go back to school, regain their life. And one thing I would like to donate I could try donating my money is to organ renewal and longevity, so we have less juvenalis, so we extend our lives, so we have more. But also to give my main concern is to give the homeless or the addicts a second chance at life. They spent maybe 30 years battling, staying alive. But they've been self-medicating on alcohol with schizophrenia and PTSD. Maybe they're a war vet, for example. Canadian Forces war vet. They came back from Afghanistan or Iraq or Nam or Korea. They're pretty much shell-shocked and screwy in the head still. They're trying to reconnect with family. They're trying to reconnect with family. They're trying to get the housing they need so they can start going back to school, start reconstructing their lives, brick by brick, board by board, nail by nail. I'm using the analogy of building a house. I'm using the analogy of Habitat for Humanity, for example. And then they built they built the house again. They have the lights again, and then there's a saying that the lights are on, but nobody's at home. But now the lights are on, everybody's at home, and that's what we want as a goal. We want to give them at least somewhat of that's my take on it, somewhat of a place to live. Because I always had a place to live, always had me being a tarded up 40-year-old schizo. I was blessed by the gods to have a place of my own. Not many people have that, I have a friend. I know a friend. I know of a friend who's not couch surfing, but I lived with a girlfriend, and his girlfriend that situation didn't work out. He had to move out, so he moved in back with his dad, and he's working on finishing his education. He's working on becoming a writer. He's becoming a political pundit. uh, which is very difficult to do, especially with his particular for his particular left wing, right wing demograph here in Alberta. You know, if he's Alberta, it's on the left wing, right? So, so in my case, I'm trying to save up to join the forces as a sailor, as a Navy sailor. But also, I'm leftist myself, so I have left leanings myself. But I'm loyal to Canada. Rather, Canada become a republic, to tell you the truth. Canada becomes a republic, and therefore we kind of move on to providing more, using the money to provide more for the needs of, say, needy Scots who are also battling addictions, battling mental illnesses on the streets, and then they can have homes, and then the gods or whomever or whichever deities or whichever higher intelligence that they subscribe to, that's in their brains. That's their education, and they start regaining executive cognitive function again, and they'll start to recontrol their meat mechs, shovel mechs, shovel mech. Oh, Christian was in Chandler, shovel mech. It's cute. And what can I say except, we just continue our education and we'll continue doing these assignments. I've got to watch Juno at least twice tonight and jot down some notes. I'll try to go for a third time to watch Juno, jot down some notes, write some preliminary observations on my Google documents of theirs, and then begin to synthesize that into a 2-page paragraph of bullshit, intellectual bullshit. Hey, if it's if it's at the bachelor's level, it's all bullshit. We're all just a bunch of newbies, and when we get. But the thing is, it's training us to think like an academic. It's trying to train us to follow the rules of MLA or APA. I being in the psychological human services field is going to be APA. And what can I say? Well, that's all. The medicine wheel course is coming up quite nicely. I have to do a quick 450 word blurb about that, where they're talking about the medicine wheel, and I'll do a little bit of a before I do any of these new rule. Whatever before I do any of these assignments, I'm gonna do a major back scratch with my Chinese back scratcher. No, I'm gonna. Oh God, my no, that's okay. Serotonin high, dopamine high. The serodopamine trichmatol area, the nucleus accumbens, and the fun cortex. It's all in my textbook. Basically, all the dopamine pathway. So you kind of like here. This is your brain. This is your brain on dopamine. Woo! I dropped my. This is your brain on dopamine. No, seriously, what happens is inside the brain, if we cut this guy in half, and I'm not going to do that because this is my squishy toy. There's a little snail-shaped thing, snail-shaped organ. And if you go to Chinese restaurants and you look at the little chicken cut in half, the chicken's like cut in half. The chicken's head's cut in half in the Chinese restaurant. Some do, some don't have it. You'll see this little kind of this mushroom-shaped thing inside where their head used to be. That's what I'm talking about. That's actually the corpus callosum. That's connecting the left and right brain. See, this part of the brain goes into this part of the body. This part of the brain goes into this part of the body. And if something gets fucked up in here, like say a stroke or something, this part of the body goes bleh. And the same thing, bleh. It goes along the corpus callosum. But underneath the corpus callosum is the fun box. And the fun box is a oval-shaped mass of nerves, pathways that are called dopamine. The dopamine actually doesn't do the fun. The dopamine turns on the fun. It turns on the pituitary neurotransmitters, and then they go down into the blood and tell your body to get excited and stuff. And so, for example, if we drink beer contains sugars and starches, mostly sugars and things that make us fat. So when we drink that first, we enjoy the taste. We enjoy the taste of the pina coladas. We enjoy the taste of the Kahlua mudslides and the candy drinks or whiskey and those really sugar drinks. I prefer more angrier, acidic, salty drinks like a Prairie Fire. Like Prairie Fire is made of one piece of vodka, one part vodka, one part Tabasco sauce, one part piss. Angry juices. I think it's just vodka and Tabasco sauce and some other spices in there. And you drink it, and you light. Sometimes you light it and it comes on fire, or sometimes you won't, and you drink it. And this is a drink that you make your friends drink on their birthday, on their birthday. But it's very tangy. It's very tangy because of the Tabasco sauce. I'm more of a V8 drinker myself. V8, Bloody Mary. Bloody Caesar is born here in Calgary, actually. Bloody Marys, Bloody Caesars, those kind of angry, salty drinks. My kidneys are gonna melt. My kidneys are gonna dry up eventually. Kidneys don't grow back. Livers do. But what happens is these ingredients hit our stomach lining, or our pork bellies, if you will, the stomach linings, and they get absorbed, and they also hit the tongue. And the tongue, if it's clean, has a huge shitload of the taste buds there, the nociceptive on the surface. I'm butchering these names as well. Nociceptive, taste buds on the surface, and they trigger the brain to say, "Ooh, more food is coming." I'll show you. Here's a bowl of Wikiwa. Oh boy, the chair's really going to break. Yeah, I see that. Chair's brand new too. Chair's supposed to be brand new. Chairs that we don't last long because I'm always like leaning leaning down here. Let's see if this chair can last the rest of the school year, the school term, and beginning of the school year there. So for example, we got yogurt. Or say for example we got yogurt, okay, a yo slime, because I kept it in the fridge for such a long time and they frozen. The water froze into the water that was inside of it froze into ice. It's not thick. So there's some yo slime and there's some berries in here. Show you what I'm doing. So what happens is, one thing, the tongue receptors, the neuroreceptors, and the tongue receptors, the neuroreceptors that respond to different tastes, they get activated, and this tells the brain to begin drooling and salivating. So as we chew our meats, as we chew our veggies, as we chew our that's kind of like we chew our goo, we wad it up into a little gum-shaped thing, and then we can just swallow it or chase it down with water, where it's more easier to dissolve. Sometimes in our haste to eat and get more crap down or get more taste down on us, we shovel in our food, like Homer Simpson, like Homer Simpson. So that really puts more sugars, more everything into the brain. Through the blood barrier. Now I remember. It's the glia cells. This is the first hit of yums, beer, food, smokes, all of those. Our girlfriend we just licked, our boyfriend we just licked, our boyfriend we just licked, our girlfriend we just licked. All friends too. All friends we just licked. Or so it gets broken down into molecules through the brain-blood barrier. Yeah, and it goes through the glia cells and all those things that make this thing go Makes this thing go woo. So that's where the buzz comes from. Because the brain is saying, "Oh my God, more food, more resources." The brain doesn't know better. The brain doesn't know better that you're full, and well, it does know if you're full or not. But because that's the inhibitor. That's the inhibitor kind of a neuron or neural thing. When we get full, we don't want to eat anymore. So, but ultimately, we all get that sugar rush. We get all that fat rush. And through that, so when this gives us our appetite. It tells us to have a positive feedback saying more food, more food, more food, more food. And I would try to get down in our guts, in our belly, and I'm putting up too much food in my belly. That's why I'm coughing coughing a lot too. So in the meantime, the food is the food is digested in the tummy, and the more refined nutrients get refiltered in the body through the liver, through the digestive system, and then enter our bloodstream again through especially if they're liquefied through the kidneys or they enter the bloodstream, and then the food gets metabolized into energy called so that feeds ATP cells, I think. So as I was going back to all this, I kind of like the taste of try to get some noms going and stuff. So anyways, let's get some I see where the dementia's kicking in. I'm starting to go all gooey in the dementia. That's one of the benefits of aging, I guess. There's just too much information and you can't synthesize it all. You can't comprehend it all because there's just too much information that you're putting into there, and you have to take a lot of time to really translate it through your notes, translate it through your through science, because there's just so much science out there, just in the art of eating itself. So when you're eating, try to eat as slow as possible. This gives this gives the taste buds more chance to savor. Go slow and just enjoy everything, every moment. When you graduate, go slow. You've earned it. You spend the past 6 years. If you're a kid, you spend the past 6 years with teachers who are good, teachers who are bad, getting pelted in the face with the murder ball or slaughter ball, as it's called in the States. In Canada, it's called murder ball. The big red galvanized rubber ball just in your face. I mean, when you're older, that actually tickles because you actually realize it's dopamine. But when you're a kid, you don't understand these things because it feels like you're being slapped. I remember a bully tried to do that to me. They all tried to throw it all at me at once. I don't know why. I guess it's because I resembled that nerdy nerd kid on Polar Express. Hey you, yeah you. You know what? Hey you, yeah you. You know what train this is? And he spouts off a total autistic specs of the train, and it really, I'm pretty much that, except also a dumb version of that. These videos are just basically reflections of this how autistic I can get. Jumping from different topic to different topic, speaking as if I were an indigenous elder. Because this is it. This is how oratorical lessons are taught in indigenous ways. Is that the elders will start reminiscing about their experiences in the past, things that they've seen. For example, I often express. You know how Doc Brown in the film Back to the Future says to Marty, farmland all as far as I can see. That's how it was for Calgary too. This neighborhood, believe it or not, was the edge of town 20 years ago. The new neighborhoods popped up around it. New neighborhoods just basically popped up, but this was actually the edge of town. I remember being a security guard, observing old like making sure people didn't steal weren't stealing old vehicles for parts. Because that was the thing to do, is to be a total hoser for all the fuels, be a hoser for all the diesels, be a hoser for all the parts of the tractor trailers, and I had to keep an eye on them. And I caught one guy trying to turn it on one night, and he saw me. He said, "Oh shit!" and drove off. If you actually saw what I was like, a lethargic fat dude, you'd be like, "Oh, forget it." And then he keeps on keeps on ignoring me and just goes back to work, dismantling some parts for the cat bulldozer. All this actually used to be an empty field, and then so yeah, I reminisce about that a lot. My Halloween video, I'm going to be posting that very very soon. Was just me just mumbling and reminiscing about life, about time, about a dead zeitgeist. You know, when moments die. I guess that's the Unis Alice video here. When time has passed, you can't get it back. You know, Christmas, the ghost of Christmas future or ghost of Christmas present is only here for 24 hours. That's it. The winter solstice, a short 24-hour period. That's all he was here for. And ghost of Christmas past from now until years before, and then from now until years in the future. And it's to get philosophical about it. So yeah, this is a little break I'm taking from this year's reading week fest and Mowing Down Fest and Buddah Belly Shower Fest, and eventually even that's going to come to an end pretty soon. So let's think about it. I mean, in the end, when we're all spirits on the other side, we can reminisce about these experiences we had now. We have all the time into the universe, but as now, you know, that was a short period. You know what I just said is just a 1 millisecond from what I said 5 seconds ago. You know, which was talking about Halloween. You know, unless I get even more demented and all time becomes one, like Mara from Madame Raz from that She-Ra show. She's all dotty and sketchy and dimensiony. I'm starting to get that way when you're older. You have a huge lineage of past, and the lineage in the future gets shorter and shorter, but the present, you know, keeps on going, extending longer. The past, the head gets shorter, the present head gets shorter, the present gets shorter, and your tail gets longer. And if you're indigenous, then it just keeps on going and going. The elders will teach 7 generations. Elders now exist 7 generations in the future. They do things for 7 generations in the future. So therefore, all the benefits now that we enjoy now in this present was done by elders 7 generations ago, and then we are now setting it up for 7 generations in the future. So we have a huge interconnection to it. And man, if I'm sounding like Yoda, the fortune cookie, Yoda in a nursing home right now, then I would really sound like 80 years from now, really weird. 80 years from now, I'll be 150. So yeah, maybe I'm 40 now. So 40 years from now, I'm gonna sound more weirder. I'll be the elder who doesn't shut the fuck up. I mean, like, when I was your kids, we tried to get the internet, and that's great, Pops. That's great. We have this neighborhood never existed. Yes, yeah, Pops, yeah. When I was your age, we used to go on the internet and we activated. Whenever we went online, the computer made a demonic, like a sound like 1,000 demons trying to escape. And then kids in the future like, okay, Grandpa, just eat your medicine, just be quiet. Just here, Grandpa, I'm gonna give you some blankets. we're gonna cheer for the Calgary Flames, even though they haven't won the Calgary Stampede or Calgary, even though they haven't won the Stanley Cup since 1988. But I am telling the truth. The phone modems did make a demonic sound. Well, why don't you tell us all? And they're like, okay, Grandpa. Oh, look, Grandpa. The Flames lost again. All 40 years in a row. That's just me just ragging on the fucking Flames. They haven't won. They lost. They blew it last year. They were first in everything, and they fucking blew it. After game 1, they got too cocky. They buckled under pressure. I don't know what the hell happened. It's just. They even started off very strong too, getting a shutout. So I'm not getting along over. I think I didn't get along over at the Calgary Flames forum because they didn't. I don't know, a bunch of hosers, a bunch of angry redneck hosers don't like people who are different. Somehow them yokos get really scared if there's people who act atypical. Yeah, as if hootenannies and jugs aren't the they're playing the spoons. Playing the spoons, that's cute. As if that's not abnormal. And I was just basically being myself on there and being my demented self and dementia self, and I don't know that somehow threatened a bunch of redneck steel toe boot wearing roughnecks. I mean they could easily live in their own house, screwing their own cousins, playing with their trucks, their big rig trucks, and just ignore me, but they didn't, so they kept on often fucking around with me in there, and I don't know, I guess somehow they had enough of me, sir, so they banned me. I didn't even say anything to them, so we can another bunch of people who have bad taste, and I'm thankful for you fans out there if you guys are watching this whole fun show of me just talking about life, and I promise I'll be getting more skits in there. I promise I'll be getting more funny pranks, joining a fun prank group here in Calgary, maybe starting one and we'll start being fun prank on each other. I mean, we'll see what ayahuasca says of how I can improve my channel. But that's not the whole point. The whole point of ayahuasca is to return to the grand space city with my friend Alex. I'll believe whatever they say, and if they let me have many dreams, defined as at least one dream a week where I'm in space. 2 dreams a week where I'm in Space City. That's 2 out of 7 dreams. 2 out of 7. Of when I'm in Space City. 3, we got 3. I'll believe, and then I'll do whatever they tell me to do. With the exception of becoming a nun or a monk. That's a big no-no. I mean, it's cool that people are becoming priests and monks, but I'm too much of a secular person in the secular world. I mean, we need all sorts of people to run the Catholic ship, all sorts of crew members to run the Catholic ship. The Canadian patrol ships patrol the waters, make sure that the invasion fleet can be subdued, while the Canadian other ships patrol other international seas or something, or do some international exercises. And I eventually want to become a diving reserve. That's a lot of responsibility, a lot of memory, a lot of hard work, and I do have good memory. It's not like I'm totally demented. And I'm very intelligent, but whenever I get into reminiscing mode, all my experiences, all my philosophies get all jumbled up. So, all jambalayed up. So, anyways, thank you for watching our show. We're going to be right back. Time to eat this yogurt. It's going to give me diarrhea because it's been sitting out there in a few days for the afternoon, defrosting and turning back into yogurt. which is supposed to be what's supposed to happen. And so yogurt's supposed to be like, oh man, it smells like alcohol. It smells like alcohol now. Oh man, it does smell like alcohol. Should I even eat it? Bad yogurt. Ugh. It's starting to smell like alcohol. But I tried to bring it out in the afternoon to try and defrost it. Okay, so I'm gonna watch Juno at least 3 times this evening. 3 times watching Juno, then doing a short write up on it, and then that should be it. I would have solved, or not solved, but achieved most of the assignments of this particular class. A few more assignments lingering left and right. Makes me wish I could go back in time and start over. You know? But I'm getting my grades now, and hopefully we can get some rings. That BVC students can get rings too. We deserve to get rings as well, because we're students. So put away. So things to do tomorrow: put away my dishes. Put away my recycling. Dishes, recycling. Dishes, recycling. What else? Maybe do some clothes washing. Okay. So, this is Buddah Belly signing off for this evening. Thank you for watching our show. And thank you for watching our show. We're gonna be right back. Nam Admo Padme Hum, Nam Admo Padme Hum, Nam Namo Padme Hum, Nam Namo Padme Hum. Nam Mamo Padme Hum, Nam Mamo Padme Hum, Nam Mamo Padme Hum, Nam Mamo Padme Hum. Namaste. And this is Big Belly Buddah, or Belly Buddah Buddy. Signing off, WikiWoo signing off, and Gogan signing off. Thank you for watching our show. We're gonna be right back. Thank you.